What's up, everybody? Tuesdays with Todd for October 9th, 2012. I am finally back after a very long hiatus. It's been a long and difficult last couple months. So, I took some time and, I'm back and back in full swing. So just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, what's going on. I'm sure most everyone knows, but in case you didn't know, No Reply team writer Drew Hutchings passed away back in August, and it was rather difficult because I spent quite a bit of time with him over the last 3 years. He came up to the Pop Factory quite a bit, so that was quite difficult. Equally difficult, obviously for his family and friends back home. But that I struggled with that for quite some time. So, I've managed to overcome some of my demons with that, and come to grips with the reality of the situation and focus more on remembering, all of the good times I had with Drew rather than, him not being here. So, I just wanted to share that with you. I never did address that back around the time that this went on. So, in the meantime, while we're on the subject, I invite you to check out the page on Facebook. Through this tragedy, I've started the Drew Hutchings Memorial Foundation, which a lot of you know about, some of you may not. Basically, Justin Rodriguez and myself were talking at Drew's service about different things, and the idea came to us to do something that's not been done before, which would be to award a scholarship once a year in memory of Drew to a fellow fingerboarder who's going to college in the fall. That's one of the things we want to do, and I also have thought of possibly putting a park or a plaza in Drew's memory in one or possibly two youth centers or community centers, YMCA's or something here in the Midwest too. So that's the goal of the foundation for now. There's more things we would like to do, but small steps. So if you guys want to check that out at Facebook, it's the Drew Hutchings Memorial Foundation. And continuing on the subject, when, of course, the No Comply site is down, we're not closed. But once we get the site back up, I am going to donate 10% of my net sales for the life of No Comply, as long as I run the business, donated to the foundation to help with that cause. So, that's something I wanted to do. I know Drew would be happy about, but to think that, anyways, just to help grow the foundation. And I also, I'm going to do something that I said I would never do, which, again, it's because it's for a good cause, and I don't suspect that I'll make a lot of money for it, but I am going to go ahead and monetize my No Comply distribution YouTube account. So anything that I get from that, 100% of that will be donated to the foundation indefinitely. Just another way that, my fingerboarding videos and updates and anything I do on YouTube can benefit that. So, I just want to share all that with you guys. Also, I kind of hit on this just a second ago, and I'm going really back and forth because it's a little bit tough to get through this first part, but No Comply is still in business. We've not closed. We've not, none of that. Just the website had an error on August the 16th, and I spent 4 or 5 hours over the course of a couple weeks on the phone with the customer support with my host. They couldn't fix it, I couldn't fix it, and you know, it's the site as it was is permanently gone. It's actually been deleted off the host, and I've set up a new cart system that I'm working on, so hang tight. I'm trying to get that squared away, so give me just a little bit more time. Meantime, if you need anything from me, you can message me on Facebook, my personal account, or the No Comply Fingerboards account, either one. That's the best way to get me. I get so many emails, you know, that it could get jumbled up in there. So one of the main highlights of the new cart will be the options of adding or choosing certain things, whereas before it was always, you know, for one deck it was one item, for another deck, one item for another deck. This you'll have, like a lot of people are, you know, do, that you'll have like the main deck, like the M2 wide, and you'll have the drop down, which will be blank, or you could add like, you know, David Simpson graphic or Eddie Vargas graphic, or you know, whatever the graphic. Same way with the wheels, you have a wheel, you know, there will be a base, and then you have the color options, and that should make it move more smoothly. Just checking my time. So that should make it more user friendly. And I also have a nice photo booth that I've set up for taking pictures, so I can have better pictures on the site. I know a lot of people told me, you know, that was one of the things about the old site. It was looked like half-assed thrown together, you know, and the pictures weren't always the best. So I'm working on getting to the point where I can have, you know, a halfway professional looking site with, you know, nice pictures to highlight our products. So okay, that's that, and then that. So what better way to celebrate the triumphant return? Let's hope I make it next week back here, by giving away something. So what I actually have here to give away today is the M1 wide test deck that I made for myself when I first got the mold finished, and yeah, set it up, and it has yellow and green soft urethane labs on them. I like the light and the dark, you know, with the green on here and the trucks. It's all complete, set up, ready to go. And you know, I tested it for a little while, so I'm going to give that away to someone, and I'll announce that on the next episode. All you got to do is comment below in the description of how you dealt with the last couple months of not having your Tuesdays with Todd fix. No, yeah, just comment, you know, something funny, something crazy. The most creative one I'll choose as the winner. So that's that. Excuse me. A little bit of information on the lab wheels. The urethane softs and urethane hards with and without graphics will be available soon. Justin at Homewood will be carrying the graphic wheels, lab wheels. He will also be the exclusive place to get the Justin Rodriguez Pro Model wheel. You won't be able to get it at No Comply. You won't get it, you know, anywhere else. Now that'll be an exclusive product for him on homewoodfb.com. So keep an eye out for that. Sorry. Also, Phil Lord Affliction, he'll be stocking some lab wheels, some graphic lab wheels, and also we'll have an exclusive Affliction graphic wheel that you'll have available that you won't be able to get anywhere else. So check that out. And of course, No Comply, when the site goes live again, we'll have those wheels. Also, we'll be adding Deshaun Harris and Jacob Pillar's graphic wheels to the site. So, you know, those will be available soon as well. Excuse me. And oh yeah, I wanted to say too, I meant to do this in the beginning, but I had a lot of questions of people who've seen my video that I did for the Make a Mini Day for Drew, and asked what was on my finger, a real tattoo, and it is a real tattoo. You can see it's healed up. If it focuses quite a bit now, maybe. Oh no. Is it gonna focus? I don't know if it's focusing. There it is. It's healed up quite a bit, and it's actually the. This is hard to look at and do centered here, but this is off. It's off of Drew's Pro Model board. That this graphic, a lot of people may not know the story. This came from his mind. It was his idea. He wanted, got with me and wanted to have himself sitting in a chair in the corner, kind of like the thinking man with the no comply logo over his head, like he's always thinking no comply. And David Simpson drew this graphic, and which was to become Drew's Pro Model graphic. And when I thought about how to what to do to I knew I wanted to have some sort of tattoo, because I only knew Drew for a little over 3 years, but he had a huge effect on my life. So that's when I decided the most logical thing was to be a part of his graphic on my finger. And the reason why I put it on my finger was it's I fingerboard with my right hand, so I think subconsciously, or I don't know, subconsciously. I mean, I just thought, my thoughts were, with it on my finger, any time that I fingerboard, Drew will always ride with me. So, that's the story behind that for everybody who was curious. So I plan to go back and get the color filled in here before too long to match the colors on the graphics. So I'm not sure about getting the no comply on my knuckle up there. That might be a little bit painful, the little cloud, but I will get the colors filled in. So so that's the story behind that. And it looks like we got one final thing here. We're counting down like 9 minutes or something. That's not too bad. Do have a new team rider to announce. Again, I get emails all the time, messages. Are you sponsoring? Generally, at a random time, I'm not. But occasionally, I come across someone that I meet, talk to, interact with that in my opinion stands out. And as the owner of the team, who runs No Comply, I feel it's my option to approach that person and say, hey, would you like to represent No Comply? Which was the case in this situation. So, oh, that's my phone. That's never happened before. Sorry about that. But nonetheless, I met this guy on FFI, and he seemed rather cool. He's got some great, he's really talented. He's got a pretty unique style, in my opinion. He makes great videos. I've seen some of his videos, watched a lot of them, and plus he's from Spain, so that's kind of cool that I'm, able to branch out a little bit more. But just want to let you know that can't even say the name. Jorge Cisse from Spain has joined the No Comply Dex team. So I'll put his YouTube channel in the description, and congratulations to you, Jorge, and you'll be able to peep out his graphic deck here one of these days soon. So just want to share all that with you. So that's going to wrap us up, and again, I appreciate you, the continued support, and sitting through the first part of the video, which was somewhat emotional for me to talk about. And like I said, we got big plans for the foundation, and very soon we'll be letting everybody know what you can do to help. And like I said, No Comply is still here. We've been here. And like I said, it's just been a kind of difficult couple months with everything going on. Just kind of been laying low, So, but we are here. I'm in a dress shirt. Yeah, that's a shock probably. So, don't get used to it. It won't happen again. So listen, I appreciate all the support. Lost my train of thought. Until next time, remember to comment in the comments below for your chance to win the M1 Wide complete test deck that I used to set up the test. Thanks again. We'll catch you later.